Hi there Year 9s, here is a basic step-by-step guide on how to create a thought shower based off your design challenge. So first things first is you need the main bubble, which is the centre of it all, and in this case it is the design challenge. Now when you create your thought shower, you're more than welcome to use blue or black ink, or you can use a variety of colours to make it more appealing, as long as your work is clear. So our main bubble is the design challenge, and what comes off this bubble would be the key words that we've highlighted in the design brief, because these are what we're going to explore and analyse. So as I've used in the example, we have got sustainable materials, so we'll quickly start off with that so I can show you the basics. So sustainable materials, okay, and I'm going to put mine in a little rectangle box, which I'll do for the rest of my keywords. Now, sustainable materials, I mean, we have been asked to create a wooden maze, but in this box you can explore other options. So, I mean, apart from the obvious wood, you could also use bamboo or plastic, but plastic probably isn't the best source, so I'm going to put, is it sustainable underneath. So when you've chosen those two like sustainable materials, then you're going to explore them further. So with plastic I've put, is it sustainable? I've also included acrylic because that's a type of plastic. I'm not well versed with my types of plastic, to be fair, so I'm just going to put hard plastic because that's all I can think of off the top of my head. With bamboo, you could explore that in what it's been used for. So it's it can be made into like plates or cutlery, and I've even seen cloth. Obviously, that won't be suitable, but you're exploring these words. So, focusing on the wood, I'm not going to go over this in much detail as it is, it was touched upon in the example, but basically you're just going to explore wood into its two different hardwood and softwood. Now softwood is the most or more sustainable, whereas hardwood is more durable. Now that means it will last longer. Okay, but you can also explore the different types. So softwood, you've got fir and pine, and hardwood we've got oak and red grandis, but you will need to search online for different types of hardwood and softwood, so you've got a wider range to explore. If you want to go down the more sustainable and more durable route, you're welcome to do pros and cons of hardwood and softwood, which you can find quite easily on the internet as well. Okay, so that'll be that one, and I'll show you that quickly, like so. This will be on the exemplar page, the next slide. You're welcome to use anything that I've used, but you need to add your own stuff as well. So another key word that is part of our design challenge would be games. We're doing a games company has asked us to build this, so games would be a pretty important one to include. Now you can go two ways about this. You can explore all the different like games or wooden games if you wanted to. So we've got wooden games, or you can just go straight into maze, which would probably make more sense since that is what we will be making. So you can explore wooden games if you want to, but I'm just, for this demonstration, I'm just going to explore maze. So maze, a good one to look at would be size. They even mention that in the design brief, which would help you along. Got size. You'd want to look at like levels probably. So how challenging or how easy you're going to make it. Like, so easy, hard. So I'm using the wrong pens. So a hard maze would be lots of traps. So the handheld maze, if you look in the picture at the beginning, it's a square maze with loads of holes that a ball bearing will go through. I will grab my exemplar from the school when I'm in Frontline so I can show you it exactly. But if you look up wooden maze, you'll see that they've got these holes that the ball bearing will go through. But these are called traps. So if you've got lots of traps and lots of walls and lots of fake routes, so this will be where the ball actually goes nowhere and not to the end. This would make your maze hard because it's harder for the user to get to the finish line. Making your maze easy, obviously you don't want it too easy either, so you'll just go the opposite really, wouldn't you? You know, there wouldn't be many traps, so little or no traps. Simple route. Few walls. Although that could be argued that if it's just no walls and only traps, that would be hard as well. So I want you to explore different mazes. You're welcome to research this online. Have a look at all the different mazes out there and you can see it from that. Going into size, you want it to be handheld. So think about it as portable. So maybe like a phone. You know, so size-wise, you don't want it to be too big. But you also don't want it too difficult and it be too small. Yeah, so these will just be nice little arrows off. I'm just going to move a few walls down here so I've got some space. So we can focus on handheld. Sorry about that, phone call. Handheld. You might not want it to be too thin either. So handheld. So you want some depth to it. Not too thin, etc. Okay, wooden games, again, you can explore this, and I also want you to explore maze a bit further. But your keyword would be games, and that's what you're going to be exploring, but making sure you relate it to a maze at some point, because that is what we'll be making. Also, if you've got the word challenging in there, that's a bonus, because that's also a keyword from the design brief. Another thing that I want you to look at is target market. So the target market would be who it is for. Yeah. And you've got a wide range here, so you could make it for children and like include different age ranges. So is it going to be for like a 5 to 10-year-old? Is it going to be to a 10 or 13-year-old, like preteen? You could do teens, so that would be 13 to 19. You could do young adults. So 20 to, I don't know what you guys consider young anymore, 30 we'll say, and then the 30 plus, so adults. Yep. Okay. And then once you've written down all the different age ranges, choose at least one of these and explore it further. So what might be the difference between a a 5-year-old and a 20-year-old. Okay, so what would make the maze different? Yeah, you probably need less traps, an easy route for the younger, and for an older target market, so such as a young adult, you would want harder levels, so more traps, maybe some fake routes in there and stuff like that. Don't have to go into too much detail, but I want you to explore these options, so you need to choose at least one category and explore it one step further. The last keyword that I want you to include is high quality finish. Okay, so high quality finish means what it looks like once it's done. You want this to be of high quality. You want it to look good, be aesthetically pleasing, and to have aesthetic value. So it needs to look good. It needs to be overall like something that you would buy in a shop. Okay, so what might that include? You want, yeah, so like we said before, looks nice or aesthetically pleasing. And then under this category, you can go into detail about like decoration. Okay, so you go aesthetically pleasing, decoration, and you can talk about different finishes. So I know that you might not have much experience in this, but you could literally just talk about, like, are you going to paint it, add wax, or varnish? Okay, and then if you're talking about painting, are you going to add patterns? Are you going to add glitter? Are you making it follow a certain theme? Okay, I want you to explore your high quality finish and like what it's going to look like, how it's going to look. Another way of high quality finish is just when you're making it. So obviously when you buy something, you don't want something to be scraggly and rough. You want to make sure that it's smooth. You know, it's not going to hurt you. There's no splinters. Yeah. You want to check and just make sure that it looks nice overall. I will share this as the exemplar because I want you guys to take the lead on this one. This is just a step-by-step on how to do it. So once you feel like you've explored all your keywords properly, you can then add some relevant images. So if you are hand drawing this, then you're welcome to add relevant doodles to some of these things. So I might draw a maze here. You know, oh, there's my traps. Yeah. You might want to, you know, if you're going to do a pattern, what's that pattern going to look like? It's going to look swirly. You know, you could even look at the shape. So when you look at size under maze, you could look at the shape. Like, is it going to be rectangle? Is it going to be triangle? Are you going to make a circle maze? You can kind of just get as creative as you want to until we get during all this planning stuff. Okay, because it's meant to make you think and get your own opinions. If you're doing this on computer, then you can obviously grab some relevant images off Google or Bing to make it extra special. So now I'm just going to quickly do the webcam over this document so you can see how I've laid it out, but this will be on the next slide as a picture anyway. Remember, the keywords that you need to include are high quality finish, sustainable materials, games, and your target market. And I want you to explore these in depth. Okay, you don't have to explore everything in depth, but at least one point from each keyword needs to be explored in depth. Okay.